Welcome. Hello, hello. Good evening. We are doing a live show tonight, and it's beginning with a solar eclipse that we're having. Let me put this more like that. The solar eclipse that we're having very much soon enough, in 2 days actually. Sorry. Trying to make it best. Okay, I'm gonna turn some candles on for us. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. We're gonna focus on solar eclipse that is coming in 2 days. And you're welcome to ask a question, any question, finances, relationships, personal life. Maybe you want to find out how to move, where to move, what to do, what kind of a decision to make, and so on. While we're waiting for the brave souls to ask us a question, I would like to start doing a reading for the solar eclipse. And good evening. And I wanted to see what we should look for. But if you have any question, please ask me. I don't understand this. I bought this thing. It's supposed to twirl, and it's not. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's begin. Solar eclipse is on March 29th. It actually will be in the morning on the sunrise. So if you're interested to go look at it, that is the time to go. All right, let's see what kind of energy is giving us. Please hit like if you like the way I'm going. If you want to ask a question, you're welcome to ask. And let's begin. Solar eclipse. The Chariot. You know, the Chariot has been coming up in our feedings in the past couple of months. The Chariot represents a move. The Chariot represents going somewhere forward. It could be in your own life, receiving new ideas, new ideology of what you want to do. You can almost change yourself to the way of start believing that like your faith or your religion can change, or the way you're looking at things. It also can be actual the physical movement. So driving, maybe taking a trip, driving on a road, or going on a bus, or going on a train. It's definitely something on the land. Also, this card a lot of times for me came up as problems with cars, basically kind of giving me a sign that there's something is about to break. So check things out before you go to any trips and so on. If any of you have questions, oh, I see questions. Okay, hello, hi. All right. If you have any questions, please ask. Please hit like, and let's continue. So the Chariot represents a new achievements. What else it represents? Desire to progress. Yes. So it's, again, it's some kind of a movement. Either you're doing a physical movement or you're doing a mental movement. It's basically just going somewhere forward. And seeing things differently, going to discover something new, being more of a pioneer, but also as a soldier, meaning that you can fight about something. You can, kind of stand for your beliefs again, or your ideas. You can be very defending or offending someone as well with this card. So it could also be as much of aggressiveness in it, as much as, help for yourself or others. Impulsiveness, also creating an anxiety that something is not enough, so that I need something else, I need something more. This is a time of changes. In 2 days, we're going to have a solar eclipse in Aries. And Aries is all about new changes, new beginnings. I'm in Aries. And if I feel by my birthday that I didn't progress in the year, I actually start having like a pre-birthday depression. There was some birthdays I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't care if, people wanted to call me and say happy birthday. I wasn't even picking up the phone because I just felt that I did enough to make myself happy. So this is going to be forcing you to make maybe some changes in your life and making actually the steps, not just thinking about it, but actually making the steps of going forward and realizing your life that is short, and you really need to find new things in your life that you really love and care about, and just continue to go with that. All right, so what is the advice? Hello, Brian. So what is advice? I've been seeing the tower the whole time. The tower telling us is be aware of some destruction in your life. It's needed destruction. It's to release and throw away and get away from things that don't work anymore for you. They're not necessary. You don't need them. And you might get in situations you are too comfortable in your life, and life will give you an opportunity and give you an example of you, giving you very much a hard reality in some way or another, where things might change in your life and make you very uncomfortable. When I was receiving the tower for myself, sometimes I do my own tarot, which usually they say is the hardest thing to do. Hi, Yuji. Is please hit like. Is when things start just kind of falling apart for me. And it's just, and sometimes, for example, like I had a group of friends, and all of a sudden, like they stopped wanting to come to each other's birthday parties or come to each other's holidays, and changing their priorities. And, on one hand, you kind of like, you don't like the situation that all of a sudden everybody just all of a sudden start falling apart. But in another situation is out of my control. Like I can't hold everybody's hand and say, please don't leave us, right? For whatever reason, they're not interested to come to social events. Then I guess that's how it needs to be. It was a discomfort for me. Okay. But I realized it's a situation that I could try to control it, but it's not going to last. A lot of times these things don't really last long because it's just time. It's time to rumble. It's time to fall apart. It's time to be neglected. It's time to be overgrown, hidden, forgotten. It's time to let go. So you have to be more aware that this is going to happen, and don't try to fix everything. Realize that some things need to be just changed. Okay, what's our advice when it comes to health? Magician, but it's upside down. So, Magician is the first card of a large arcana. Not the first, I'm sorry, the second card of a large arcana, but the first number one, where it's becoming the beginning of something magical, something that you need to create yourself, and um, something good have to happen in your life. So for the health, you have to control it. You have to feed it. You have to take care of it. And everything is in your hands, basically, because magician is a man that has all the tools in the world, allowing themselves to show others what they can do in life and becoming happy and joyful in their own thing. So you need to take care of your health, and everything else will be good. Okay, what about the wealth? Again, upside down. Wheel of Fortune. I mean, even when it's upside down, it's still considered a good situation. Um, back in the day, when I saw the Wheel of Fortune, they thought that's it. And this is a time to go and play cards. Um, so when it comes to finance, it seems like we're going to be pretty lucky. Maybe because, some rules or controls will get us out of any kind of situations. Um, also, weight. So right now we might have a little bit of unlock when it comes to some financial things changing and moving, when it comes to your own wallet, okay? But you have to consider that everything else going to turn around and get to the best one. Obviously, right now, everybody's worrying because, the jobs and the stock market, but you have to understand that nothing can change from good to best without first having something to be changed to bad. Not everything, not all right away, but because there's changes coming up, obviously something's going to look pretty bad compared to other. And that the changes are still going to happen no matter what. But it might prolong. It's not going to be right away. It's not going to be flipped in an hour or in a day. It will take definitely some time. Sometimes it's also the card represents the fortune of wheel upside down, that we are fighting for change, for not having the changes. We're trying to go as much against it as possible, hold on to something as possible when it comes to finances. It's basically telling us that we need to become more adaptable when it comes to the changes, when it comes to our money. And all right, let's see the card for the love. Hermit. I mean, I don't know if I want to receive hermit for the love. A hermit is someone who goes inside themselves and trying to learn something or find something. Find themselves first. Try to find yourself first, and first how you fall in love with yourself before you can love others. And yet, it seems like it's probably the most hardest thing to do in the world, because when you tell someone else how much you love them, for whatever reasons, right? you see their expression, you see how they react to you, they talk back to you, they tell you their opinion or how they feel about that, you know. But when it comes to loving yourself, it's like no one stares back at you, nobody gives you any emotions, and nobody answering you back. So you basically you're talking to yourself, but when you want to love yourself, it's really hard because you need to have some kind of something bouncing back. So from action to reaction, you know. When I love, I do the action, and you could see it by the reaction of a person that I love. But here you kind of give yourself, and but ourselves can be so much demonic sometimes. We love to sometimes abuse ourselves. So the hermit represents, when it comes to love, that we need to learn some more. We need to find answers. We need to go deeper within ourselves. We have to kind of disappear. And leave, and not allowing anything bothering us. We're looking for some answers for ourselves. So because of that, I don't know if I really like this card for love. So let's see. For the solar eclipse that we're doing, let's see what that means. But I'm just going to use a different card. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. I would love to do somebody's tarot, but today we're going to do for solar eclipse that is coming on March 29th. And if you like the way it's going, you can also subscribe, because I know some people can watch it without being subscribing, and even leave a comment. Or if you are interested in more of a private reading for yourself, just write in a comment your question or DM me some way or another, and I will get back to you. All right, let's see what that hermit means, because I'm not too pleased that our love all of a sudden is all in hermit mode. Okay, the magician is coming back. So it seems like magician will be with the solar eclipse, which is on September 29th, will be all about the magic that we can create ourselves. So when it comes to love, you need to find your skills, your tools when it comes to love. You have to practice them by yourself, maybe on yourself, figuring out what works for you, what's not working for you, okay? Or maybe go and learn more about some tools when it comes to love, that maybe we're not mature enough for the deeper connection that we're always looking for. But that's something that we need to learn first before we continue and meeting someone else or want to have a relationship with someone else. Okay, what else? 7 of coins. 7 of coins represent, coins can represent, when it comes to love, stability, obviously monetary, maybe even wealth, but also pentacles represent healthy connection with ourselves. So it could also represent health, but it's also can represent faith. So how much do you believe in the love, or how much do you want to work on it? I'm trying to remember what this card looks like. Damn, I don't have my phone with me. With the 7 of Pentacles. I'm trying to remember. Oh yes, 7 of Pentacles. This is when he's standing. Is that? Hold on. Sometimes I forget the numbers. And I remember something visually, but here it's, yeah. Seven of Pentacles is when the guy is standing there and staring at the money tree and hoping for deserving that money faster than he expected. So the concentration is on love on March 29th will be more about creating, investing in yourself, maybe within yourself because of a hermit, realizing your potentials when it comes to love, kind of like learn more again, like learn more about your love, learn more how to connect to people, learn more how to be truthful and loyal and respectful, learn more how to treat each other, how much you're giving each other respect, and so on. Okay, Two of Swords and King of Swords. Also, Two of Swords represents a time when there's too much negative news might be running around us and taking attention from us, and we kind of, or maybe too much negativity and you kind of want to step away and don't talk about it, don't think about it, realizing this is not for you, kind of try to avoid it, try to find balance within your own self, about especially your thoughtful, your thoughts and your thinking and how you're thinking about yourself and how you think about others. Control your mind. Control your mind. But we're also receiving a King of Swords, somebody who can be protective, but yet also can be very feisty. Someone who is very intelligent and smart, airy signs, like Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, could be charismatic, but yet have something else in their own head as well. Also, very, King of Swords and Two of Swords. It also could be someone, maybe a Libra sign, because only by the pictures I'm trying to see that the balance as well, showing as a Libra. Or maybe we should focus more of something that might happen also in October. Or maybe if you're investing now, investing in what's going on, then it will be much bigger and better. All right. If you have any questions, please ask. If you like the way I'm doing the reading, hit like. And otherwise, I'm going to continue with talking about solar eclipse. Oh. Nine of Swords. This is going to be also a time right now with Nine of Swords representing where we feel a little bit anxiety, maybe depressed. I felt like crap today. I could barely get up. I felt like yesterday I felt like I could barely breathe, and today I barely got off the bed. I've been sad and also kind of calm but angry for some reason, like nothing worked. I was cursing out all day today. This is a Nine of Swords. This is when you put yourself in a position or a situation where it's either voluntarily through the mind and thoughts of how we feel about ourselves and what we're doing with to ourselves, how much we're abusing ourselves mentally. But it also could be like a shock or something from the news that you receive from someone else. Somebody cheated or something else where you feel betrayed or you feel hurt. Or could be just some kind of a bad news as well where you just feel broken. This is going to be a very gloomy time, because there's just so much energy we're going on. You know, we have the new moon in Aries. At the same time, we're having an eclipse also in Aries. So it's a lot of passion, but Aries, they're not prolong for something for too long. They're just to have enough of a fire flick to burn, and then they kind of, unless somebody else comes and takes their fire and uses it as an energy for something else, for somebody else. Otherwise, that's it. That's it. They'll burn out. And this is probably going to be kind of a I'm burning out position in our lives mentally. Maybe even making yourself sick in the head to the point where you don't even want to physically get up, even though physically you might be fine as well. But it's just pointing ourselves, and we don't have to do it ourselves. It could be just too much energy. It's like this is going to be a kind of like a bomb, but it's going to be pretty fast, but it's going to be very high because it's just so much energy, but it's just enough to do something and then disappear. Do you feel sluggish right now around this time? And I don't even know if it's a solar eclipse or not, but I definitely, for the past 2 days, not feeling like myself. I feel like a ton of brick is on top of me. I feel like I'm being pressured down, and I'm having a hard time of just like doing things. But then it kind of releases this, and allows me to like breathe for a couple of moments, and then again it's kind of putting me into that situation. So if you feel the same way, it's probably normal. But I'm also receiving 9 of Coins. There will be some great positive changes into your life where if you felt like you were dry, but you worked hard and you put a lot into it, this is going to be a time where on one hand, we overstimulating our minds. We are rejecting something in ourselves as well. We're making something more dramatic maybe than what it is, but yet our finances, or at least receiving some kind of a warmth, receiving some kind of a faith, receiving some kind of maybe opportunity for a spike in health, will of a sudden start feeling a little bit better. And we finally start feeling like we've collected maybe all the positions. We kind of like all of a sudden gonna might start receiving the money or whatever you were working hard for, project, prizes, gifts, and so on. Winning something, receiving awards. All of a sudden, like maybe you're winning something. Basically, you collecting kind of like all the money now. Okay, so it's going to be a growth of opportunities where, first we planted their seeds and now it's going to grow and become something better. So even if you're in a negative mode right now, try to find as much positivity as possible. Try to kind of save your energy, but yet try to get more energy, and allow yourself to start feeling happy and content with everything you got right now at this moment. Not what you're going to get tomorrow, not what it's going to get in a year or two. What you're getting right now in this moment, in the next 2 days. Only because we're talking about the solar eclipse. Solar eclipse allowing us to do changes. It's kind of like the contracts are being torn or expired, basically. Things are going to change. And whatever you felt like it was a crappier life before for the past year or two, it's allowing us go from the dark to light. You can even look at those pictures. I mean, we started with something dark, something with flickering with our minds and depression and anxiety and so on, and then going to something more positive, uh, you know co- collecting something something great for us. Like, all of a sudden we might start feeling better, or all of a sudden we start believing in something much better, that gives us positivity, brings us to the light, makes us feel stronger, makes us want to stand. And also, collecting your own fruits, the ones that you planted before. Okay, so let's see what else is coming for the solar eclipse. Nothing is popping out. Okay. What else would you like to tell me with the solar eclipse? Again, the Hermit. All right, let me see. Let me see in the book what it says about the Hermit, because it's keep coming back. The Hermit. Um. I mean, the Hermit is pretty good card. There will be, oh yeah, the Hermit also represents sickness, because you by yourself, kind of like, it's also can be about a loss. So we might lose something where we feel by ourselves, as well. Also, oh, excuse me, light to, within yourself, a wisdom. Okay, it's a light where we're searching for the wisdom within ourselves, trying to find what the best way to go with this, or what kind of answer should be, what kind of decision should be made. You have to look for how, you know how can you go with what wisdom, so nobody can even realize what just happened, but you brought peace to the table, um it's also represent that we have to leave little things of life behind, and something that we do all the time, the same old thing, and instead start thinking about your soul. This is a time for the loneliness to come with your soul, come with yourself, one on one, with the body and the soul, um, and kind of figure out, dig everything out of what, and kind of sort things out and work on things, within yourself. It's also maybe a time for you, if you don't feel like you have a faith or you believe in something, you're an unbeliever. This is a good time for you. But all of a sudden you start thinking about, where can I find something? So this is symbolizes, this is a time for you to start searching for some wisdom, or some maybe religious aspects, or maybe of how you feel within yourself. What do you believe? You know? So you kind of want to go inside yourself in your own little world right now. Escape from everything and everyone. And the best way to do it is kind of like turn off to the TV, turn off the sports, turn off the music. Like I just, they say for 20 or 30 minutes, if you're going to can sit in your room by yourself with nothing, no book, no TV, no phone. This is going to be very hard for you, but at least you will learn a lot about yourself. Majority of the time, we are avoiding not just everything else around us, but we're also avoiding ourselves. But it also can represents that for now, the loneliness will bring to better times. So, if you feel like, oh, I need to start dating someone, or I need to go have a company of people, or I need to, no, this is a good time right now. Between now and March 29th, basically just this weekend, to try to find yourself a time and location where you can kind of just sit with yourself for like maybe 30 minutes and try to figure out what you want to do in this life. What does your inside yourself wants to do really, really bad? And what you're willing to do, what kind of changes you want to have, what kind of changes you're ready to make for that. Also, if it's carefulness, also trying to find your inner balance, collectiveness, not showing off all the emotions that you have, like a child who can control themselves. You need to find that within yourself some kind of a control. It's also carefulness, and also maybe you need to find some kind of escape as well. Meaning you can maybe go travel somewhere, or go somewhere or someplace where you feel kind of like you're escaping from something. It also could mean that you all of a sudden gonna start feeling like an old person. When you don't agree with the society, you don't understand what they want. They don't know, you don't know how to understand them, how to listen to them, how to observe them, how to look at them. But at the end, the escapism and leaving everything behind that you kind of knew, whatever is irritating you, will kind of allow you to be by yourself and finding peace within yourself as well. Very interesting. So it's keep popping up. So you really gotta find yourself or escape, one or another. There's no other options. And since the Hermit's been coming up the whole since we've been doing this only for 39 minutes, but the Hermits keep popping up, so it's definitely giving us a point that this is a time to look within yourself. Somebody said to me that what you should do, like to do like a journal. But I told them, I said, listen, I don't read my journals, and I don't want just journals to lay there and everybody else to read it. So I said, is there a possible it can be something else instead? And they said, well, yes, you can do journals that you don't talk about your days, but where you're thankful for that day. So you just have, you know, some kind of a little notebook by your bed, and you can write, I was thankful today because it was nice and easy. I had a delicious coffee. You know, I was with a client. I got paid today, you know, or I bought a beautiful dress for myself, or I helped someone out, you know, like whatever you're thankful, you basically got to show to them as well. All right. Let's see. What is the advice? The Fool. The Fool represents, this is the first card of a large arcans. The Fool represents a new beginnings, a new perspective, a new way of looking at life. Try to be more flexible. Try to be more open. Say yes before you say no, because you never know where you are going to end up in. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know what's going to happen. Also, the Fool represents fearlessness, meaning that people that have no fear, they know they can try and they're not scared to fail, and then get on their feet and try again. Those are the people that will reach the potential of what they wanted some way or another. So the Fool is also a great time when it says to us that, you know, foolishness may hurt you, but it's also can give you a big, huge perspective on things and allow you to see or find things that you have never even thought about of looking at. It's all of a sudden from nowhere just start coming up to you. And if you have a crazy idea that you would like to go somewhere, or you want to move somewhere, or have a totally different life, this is a great time to do it. So, I mean, that's a good. Okay, let's see. That was the advice. Let's see how far. Like, what's the aspect of the Fool? Is it relationships? Is it actions? Is it money? Nine of Cups. It's about a Nine of Cups. Again, was coming up. Nine of Cups is when you are fulfilled. This is when you're fulfilling yourself first. So be a fool and fulfill yourself first, because the Ten of Cups already represents the full emotions. Nine of Cups is when the love is on the rise. This is when it's on the top notch. This is when, from that point, can't go much more. You know, this is the top of everything. Nine of Cups is emotions. It's our experiences, how we see things, how we feel things. So it's telling us, just be a fool when it comes to your emotions. What do you want to feel? What do you want to do? Are you scared that somebody might think of you that you were a weirdo or something is wrong with you? Well, who cares? You got to live for yourself. You came here by yourself, majority of us, and we're gonna leave by ourselves. So this is giving us opportunity to look at your life from almost like a virgin eyes again, and from a virgin perspective, and see what there's out there that you've been really wanted to do all your life, and you just didn't know. Should you do it? How should you do it? And so on. All right, let's pull one more card. While I'm pulling another card, please hit like. And if you have any question, please ask. We can look at your cards when it comes to the solar eclipse. We are all about solar eclipse tonight. It's going to be in 2 days. It's going to be on March 29th, early in the morning, right on the sunrise. So that's something to go look at. And this is very changing times, because not only we're receiving the solar eclipse, we're also receiving the new moon on the same night, and both of them are in Aries. So we're kind of looking through the cards of energy and see what's going on. And our advice was the Fool, so which tells us to have some kind of new beginnings, new ideas, on the way you're looking at your life, or what, anything. It could be love, it could be business perspectives, it could be education, it could be your work, it could be your personal life. Just do something new, something that you never done before. Okay. And don't be scared to fail, because this is why we're here. We're constantly failing on something, or something always constantly fails on us. So it's okay if you're going to fail yourself. You not can be, the life is hard by itself already, and once in a while we have to replenish or find something that we're willing to live for. And this is opportunity to become like a newbie in something. Okay, the other card is a King of Wands. King of Wands, Aries, hyper energy, not for long, short energy, but it's very hyper, it's high. It's telling us get into action. It's telling us to become more spontaneous with your life. If you ever wanted to go somewhere and it was kind of in the back of your head, sticking there as a bucket list activity, or traveling, or whatever it is, this is a great time to start it, because King of Wands is giving us this Aries fiery push to start doing what you really wanted to do. And you're going to receive a 9 of Cups with that, meaning that you're going to feel fulfillment in it as well. So it's going to be something that, it will be very hyper, it will be intense, it would be radiant in many ways, but it's also can be a fantastic feeling when you realize that you are actually doing something. And little step by next step is the best way of going and doing things. So I say this is awesome. All right, let's see what we're talking about. Love. The Empress, the creator, the Empress, the goddess of love, sexuality, femalehood, the uterus of everything, that a pack, whatever, a bag or a bubble, whatever you want to call it, of something that holds you inside, feeds you, grows you, keeps you warm, It's basically not only motherly instinct when it comes to relationships, but it's also can be very nurturing, very growing, very emotional as well. Empress goes both ways. Empress is the goddess. She's the goddess of life. She is the bringer of life, but she also can be the ending that life as well. because, in life we are going through changes of cycles, and we go from one point to another. So because of that, the Empress kind of represents both sides. She is the giver, and she also can be the taker. But in a relationship, she wants to make sure that people that she cares about or has, she loves, and so on. So, but it's also very, I know this is not kind of appropriate picture, but for Empress, it's a female hormone as well. It's female energy. It's a female sexuality. It's a female wants and needs. It's the we want to create something, and it could be creation from the child to creation of our homes or our comfort zones as well, creating the safe spaces around us. So when it comes to the relationship, you're also kind of like mentally building this home for this relationship between you and someone else, where you will feel comfort, where you feel loyalty, where you feel respect, where you feel safe, and where you can pronounce your sexuality, where you can show your beauty, your femininity, and so on. So that would be great too for the relationship. Do you guys have any questions for me? Please write your questions. We can do directly each person. Or if you want, I can just pull any card and just tell you what it means for you. Oh, I see one. This is for you, the King and the Knights of Cups. You need to be a little bit more emotional. Somebody might also bring you some emotions, meaning that it could be something nostalgic. It could be something new excitement, new love. It could be lust. It could be anything. It also can be some kind of a gift or some kind of a news coming your way, or maybe a romantic partner. All right. And the second one, Knight of Coins. Interesting. You're like two brothers here. The Knight of Coin is somebody might bring you a gift, opportunities for work, wanting you to some kind of financial gain you might receive. It could be a gift, like I said, a monetary gift, or it could be actually some opportunities as well. Finding a job, finding some maybe extra gig, expanding some way or another in your finances, and so on. Okay, 3. The Magician. Oh, wow, Magician is going to be all night. It's all about creation, having the tools in your life. You have them. You might not see them, but you have them. It could be communication skills. It could be socializing. It could be, how passionate you are, or how much are you giving away, or how much of love you're giving, and so on. And your card is the Lovers. You might have a new person coming into your life, or whatever person you have in your life right now. The Lovers represents a relationship. It doesn't have to be only romantic. It could be with someone else. Nobody likes to hear that one. But the Lovers is also a great card for finding how you negotiate with other people, how you controlling the relationship, how are you conscious when it comes to this relationship, how much you are willing to do for it, how low or how high you're ready to jump. So that's very interesting as well. Well, I would like to say thank you for watching me tonight. And I hope everybody gonna have a great time. Hopefully, if you have time, go look on the 29th, Saturday morning for sun eclipse, which should be on the sunrise. It's definitely going to be more seen on the east coast of America than anywhere else. So if you're on the east coast, please go look. Also, I will going to do some cards tomorrow for the new moon, so you can check those out on my page. If you're interested in your own private reading, please, you could just text me anytime on any of the comments with a specific question. And the question can be about love, relationships, friendships, health, money, work, whatever you're interested into. I also do cards of the day, and checking out for the new moon in Aries. Oh my god, I gotta do soon the cards for April as well. So there's a lot of things going on. So thank you tonight, and hopefully I'll see you more.